Kia ora. This is John Winters, Supermarket Sleuth, talking to you once again from Auckland in New Zealand. And this week, what are we talking about? Well, we'll be talking about another competitor who has plans to grow its business in the UK grocery market, and one of our German discounters has launched an app. But before we launch into this, I have breaking news. Auckland in New Zealand moved back to alert level 3 yesterday lunchtime, which is Wednesday, and that was the 12th of August. And as to be expected, panic buying kicked in immediately, with people lining up outside supermarkets as soon as they opened. Limits have been imposed on some items by one supermarket group, which is the Woolworths-owned Countdown. But the other supermarket group, which is Foodstuffs, owned by New Zealanders, that is appealing to people not to panic buy. But that is a waste of time. When I was in the supermarket yesterday, in a Countdown supermarket, before the limits had been imposed, I was in there early, and they were imposed very soon after that. I saw panic buying going on. I saw at least two ladies with trolleys overflowing, of course, including toilet rolls and all the other things that people panic buy. And that is just ridiculous. It's not only ridiculous, it's selfish. It's selfish to other people. I'm all right, Jack, is their attitude, and that's all wrong. Now, lockdown is until midnight tomorrow, which is the 14th of August, New Zealand time. The rest of New Zealand has moved from alert level 1 to alert level 2. Which really just involves maintaining social distancing and also getting your food and coffee as takeaways and not sitting inside a cafe or a restaurant. Now, back to other news. Amazon plans to expand its online grocery service, Amazon Fresh. Britons already get from Amazon books, toys and household essentials to their front door. Global sales for Amazon Fresh jumped 40% to 88.9 billion American dollars, which is 66.7 billion pounds in the 3 months to the 30th of June. Fresh has been doing business in London and the home counties for several years, but the online retailer has said it's targeting major cities like Birmingham, Manchester and Edinburgh by the end of the year. Amazon's offering the service to an estimated 15 million Britons who are paid-up members of the Prime membership scheme. Market researcher Mintel says Amazon currently has just 3% of the UK online grocery market, compared to Ocado's 14% and Tesco's more than 30%, so it's got a way to go yet. Rumour has it that Amazon plans to bring its checkout-free Go grocery store format into the UK together with other non-food outlets. Those are bricks and mortar stores. The Sunday Times says Amazon has agreed on property deals to open more than 10 of the high-tech convenience stores and is holding talks on some 20 others. The first is expected to open in London this year. Now where will that be? Some months ago it was suggested that the site chosen is the affluent Notting Hill for its first physical UK grocery store. So we'll wait and see on that. Now, moving to our German discounters, Lidl has confirmed the launch of a loyalty app in the UK. It's launched the digital Lidl Plus scheme in the Republic of Ireland last month, and it's now on trial in the UK. UK consumers can download the app from Apple's App Store and Google Play. Once registered, shoppers can activate weekly coupons and scan them at the checkout. Digital scratch cards will offer instant prizes and a further savings on Lidl's products. The app includes features like a store locator, digital receipt storage and a weekly promotional leaflets. A partners offer section offers discounts from other firms such as Sky TV and the Cinema Society. Official launch date is early next month. Now I wonder, in its battle with Aldi, whether it sees this as being able to jump ahead. Well, Aldi will keep an eye on that, I'm sure. Now, turning to the Co-op, it says its grocery delivery service in partnership with Deliveroo is now available from 400 of its stores serving UK towns and cities, covering a combined population of 27 million people. What does this mean? It means that makes the Co-op the most widely available supermarket on the Deliveroo app. Shoppers have more than 600 grocery and household items to choose from, packed by Co-op staff at local stores and delivered by Deliveroo riders in as little as under 30 minutes. The rollout with Deliveroo began in 2019 and has grown this year to cover 128 cities. Average delivery is 1.7 kilometres away from the store, and the top 4 cities for on-demand convenience are London, of course, Manchester, yes, Leeds, and Brighton. The Co-op said consumer shopping habits have changed during lockdown. Customers are placing larger orders and more frequently. Popular times for ordering are Friday and Saturday early evenings. Now, I can't mention one just German discounter without talking about the other, as both are currently so busy in the UK. They obviously see the UK as a really strong market for them. Aldi expects to create nearly 4,000 new jobs this year, with plans to open an average of 1 store a week right up to Christmas. It has more than 890 stores and employs around 35,000 people across the UK. It's opening new stores in towns and cities like Sandhurst, Bristol and Edinburgh in months to come, as it pushes towards reaching a target of 1,200 stores in the UK by 2025. Now, this is an interesting development which could have global appeal. Asda's hoping to reassure shoppers that its trolleys are virus and bacteria free with the launch of a high-tech washing facility. Sorry, a high-tech trolley washing facility, I should have said, not for customers. Arriving in response to the coronavirus outbreak, the trolley wash is now in place at its Morley store, and that's in a suburb of Leeds. It works by coating trolleys in fine particles containing an antimicrobial solution. Using no water, it runs on electricity and uses an electrostatically charged mist to ensure all touch points like handles, rails and child seats are sterilised. What a good idea. Developed in the UK, it's claimed that this form of decontamination eliminates 19.99% of all known bacteria, viruses and pollutants. A single tank of the microbial solution can sanitize up to 20,000 trolleys, with the process taking a total of 10 to 15 seconds. Now that sounds really good. And I think other countries in the world would be interested in that too, and certainly New Zealand would. Now we turn to healthy food. It's estimated that before lockdown, 20 million people in the UK couldn't afford healthy food, and 19 million people struggled to find healthy food in stores near their homes. A report recommends a government fund for the development of lab-grown meal or meat alternatives, subsidising healthy foods that are already low in price, such as tinned tomatoes, carrots and frozen vegetables, to make healthy options much cheaper. More government support for fast food restaurants to move towards healthier foods rather than getting rid of them. The government should make high-fat, high-sugar and high-salt food less appealing to customers by working with the Food Standards Agency to change the packaging similar to the changes made to tobacco packaging. And those tobacco packets are awful. So if they change to something like that will certainly put people off. The British government estimates 2/3 of UK adults are above a healthy weight, with 36% overweight and 28% obese. 1 in 3 children aged 10 and 11 are overweight or obese, and children living with obesity are 5 times more likely to become obese adults. Last month, the government launched a Better Health campaign, giving advice to 35 million people on how to lose weight and keep it off. Other measures in the government's anti-obesity crackdown are expected to include a ban on junk food, advertising on TV until after the 9 p.m. watershed, outlawing online advertising of unhealthy food, a ban on buy one get one free promotions on foods such as chocolate and crisps, calories to be published on alcohol bottles and cans and restaurant takeaway menus. Now we move to Australia. Coles supermarkets helping support banana, avocado and mango growers in North Queensland by investing 43 million Australian dollars in a state-of-the-art ripening facility in Melbourne. The investment will provide customers with top quality fresh fruit all year round. The new facility in Melbourne's west was built as part of a 5-year agreement between Coles and a growers collective and has the capacity to ripen 350 million pieces of fruit every year. Goodness. Coles will use this facility to ripen fruit from farmers across Australia, including the North Queensland growing regions like Tully, Lakeland, Innisfail and Mariba, before being sold in more than 270 supermarkets across Victoria and South Australia. Using best-in-class new reversible airflow ripening technology, the 7,280 square metre facility is 70% more energy efficient than traditional tart ripening stores, ripening systems, producing fruit that has been ripened as it's needed, improving shelf life for consumers and reducing waste. The 5-star Green Star facility incorporates a number of sustainability measures, including rainwater tanks with a combined capacity of 100,000 litres and more than 1,790 solar panels. Wow, that's a huge number of solar panels, capable of generating electricity equivalent to the annual usage of more than 80 average Australian homes. Now, while we're on the subject of bananas, Australia grows bananas. But we in New Zealand don't get them from Australia. We have agreements with 3 countries to import bananas. Those are Ecuador and Mexico and the Philippines. Now, that's good. The problem with using Mexico and Ecuador is that the ships bringing those bananas to New Zealand have to use the Panama Canal, and there are often accidents in the Panama Canal between ships, causing delays, 2 or 3 week delays before bananas reach this country. And those are bananas that are destined for stores owned by the Woolworths Group in New Zealand. They don't deal with Dole, and Dole grows its bananas in Ecuador and in the Philippines, and Foodstuffs, the New Zealand-owned company, uses Dole, so they never have any shortages. It's very rare, but the Countdown Group do. Now, why don't we buy bananas from Australia? Well, it's very simple. Those countries that we buy bananas from, their wage rates are very low, so consequently the bananas brought here and bought by New Zealand are very low in price, whereas in Australia the bananas are far more expensive, simply because the wage rates in Australia are much higher. And consequently, if you were to go into a supermarket in Australia, you wouldn't believe the prices of banana, bearing in mind that the Australian dollar is a little higher in value than the New Zealand one. That's why we don't buy them. The only time that we buy as a country bananas from Australia is when there's a serious shortage, like the Panama Canal situation. The Australian-owned supermarket here might well buy them for a short term, but obviously they're paying more for them. Now, that's it for this week. I'll be back again next week, and so if you, apart from the seeing me on this Supermarket Sleuth channel on YouTube, I also have a website, I have 2 pages on Facebook, the Supermarket Sleuth and also Checkout. And I'm on Talk Radio on a Saturday morning in New Zealand on Magic Talk. But if you're not in this country, it's probably hard for you to get it at that time. So visit my Supermarket Sleuth Facebook page, and it goes up on the Facebook page sometime after it's been on Weekend Life on Magic Talk on New Zealand. So that's all for now. Have a good week and stay safe.